What if the most dangerous advice you've ever received didn't come from, like, an enemy, but from a best friend who genuinely thought they were helping you?
Yeah, that is such a wild concept to think about.
Right. Well, today's mission is to figure out how to filter that noise and unmask the true motives behind the advice you get. We're doing this using a single, really fascinating source,
Right. It's an excerpt from a devotional called Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris.
specifically a piece titled Discern the Source.
Exactly. And it takes this idea that, not everything sounding good actually is good.
Yeah, and to illustrate this, the text drops us straight into this moment of just severe emotional whiplash in the biblical book of Matthew.
Right. So to set the stage, Jesus is talking to his disciple Peter. And Peter nails this massive theological question by correctly identifying Jesus as the Christ.
Which is huge.
Oh, it's massive.
Mm.
And Jesus praises him, basically stating that this insight came straight from God.
I mean, it's like a student delivering a Nobel Prize-winning thesis offense. Just
Yeah.
brilliant, perfectly executed.
Totally. But literally, moments later, Jesus starts talking about his impending death.
Right.
And Peter pulls him aside and tries to stop him, saying something like, this shall not happen to you.
Which, I mean, sounds super supportive.
It does. But Jesus instantly pivots from high praise to telling Peter, get thee behind me, Satan.
Wait, really? Just instantly?
Instantly.
That is so wild. It's like that exact same brilliant student completely failing a basic true or false question a second later. How does the text even explain that? I mean, the same person speaking from divine revelation 1 minute and from an entirely different negative source the next.
Well, the author argues Jesus wasn't actually attacking Peter, the person, in that second moment.
Okay, so what was he addressing?
He was identifying the underlying source of the words. Because, on the surface, Peter's words sound like genuine concern for a friend.
Right. It's so easy to read that and think Peter is just being a protective buddy.
Exactly. But the text suggests his true driver was actually self-interest.
Oh, interesting. Because of the broader socio-political context, right?
Yeah, exactly. Peter was banking on an earthly kingdom. He wanted Jesus to overthrow the Romans and, well, secure a position of power for him.
Ah, so Jesus dying completely tanks that political ambition.
Spot on. His so-called concern was actually a defense of his own status.
Wow. So his personal desires perfectly mimicked spiritual or moral concern.
Yeah, that disconnect is the core thesis here. It's basically like malware disguised as a system update.
Oh, I love that analogy. That's perfect for this.
Right, because on the surface, it says it's fixing a bug and helping you out. But the underlying code is actually siphoning your data for a completely different, hidden agenda.
Yeah, and the text explicitly warns against judging advice just by how it sounds or, the immediate emotional reaction it provokes.
You really have to look at the underlying code to see who it's actually serving.
Exactly. The author points to a broader mandate to do just that, referencing verses like 1 John 4.1 to try the spirits.
In 1 Thessalonians 5, to test everything.
Right. And obviously the text isn't talking about literally testing ghosts or something.
No, it's talking about critically evaluating the origin of an impulse.
Or a thought.
Right, before you act on it.
So how do you actually do that?
Well, the text suggests the mechanism for doing this is letting the word dwell in you richly.
Which, I mean, sounds a bit abstract.
It does, but mechanically it really just means deeply internalizing a baseline of absolute truth so it acts as a mental filter.
Got it. So when a thought or piece of advice comes in that doesn't match that baseline.
Your brain flags it as malware.
Exactly.
The ultimate goal is ensuring your thoughts synchronize with a higher purpose rather than a hidden personal agenda. Because as we see with Peter, even the most well-meaning people can act as mouthpieces for their own ambitions without even realizing it.
Yeah. Which brings us to the real takeaway for you listening right now.
It's a tough question to face.
It really is. If our own personal desires for comfort or status can perfectly disguise themselves as righteous concern, just as the text suggests happened to Peter, how can you truly differentiate between genuine inspiration and your own hidden self-interest when making your next big decision?
We trust you were blessed by this episode. To gain unlimited access to Rhapsody of Realities by Pastor Chris, please download the Rhapsody app using the link myapp.rhapsodyofrealities.org. God bless you.